going on? Okay, I gotta kick this off because Carla don't know, y'all. This is the pilot episode for Cleats, Cleavage, and Common Sense by the Sexy Creative.
By the Sexy Creative.
When
That's
you make,
me.
we got set the mood there about this?
Yeah.
So this is why it's a pilot, because you're going to probably edit a bunch of this.
I ain't gonna edit nothing. It's going up there
Okay.
as is.
So
So I was working on something, and so my husband came in here and told me to turn the camera. So
all right, and this is why. So first of all, we got to say prayers up to Chris Johnson,
yes,
who, if you all were paying attention on Good Morning America Day, he announced that he has been suffering through ALS, which is known as Lou Gehrig's disease. And it really affected me because I was a big fan of Chris Johnson out of East Carolina, one of the fastest people I ever seen in the NFL, over 2,000 yards in a rare fraternity. And to see the man going through what he's going through now, to know that, and you hear the story, like a year ago, he was fine. You know what I'm saying? And now the man can't even pick up a cup. I was just really reflecting on that. Really brushing my teeth and was like, you know what, me and Carl have been talking about this podcast forever.
yeah.
And man, you don't ever know what's going to happen to you in life. And if you just keep waiting for this, waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right time, waiting because you're a fear. Fear is the biggest thing.
I was watching something, I don't know, YouTube something, but they were talking about how, like, if you keep it 100, not every people gonna see this episode.
Probably not.
But we keep holding stuff off for the one or two people that might just scroll past this. If this goes viral, cool. This is a start of something big, cool. But the odds are not in our favor. And I'm not saying that being a pessimist.
But we got to do it.
Yeah.
And
So you can't be afraid.
Once again, prayers up to that man. Prayers up to his wife.
Yeah.
Who, like, man, to be a caretaker when a year ago, that was your hero, that was your Superman, and now you got to understand something about him. This wasn't just the everyday person in the league. This is one of the best athletes that the league has ever seen. And if you follow football, just to put this in perspective for y'all, the people who have ran for over 2,000 yards in the NFL, listen, O.J. Simpson, Adrian Peterson, Eric Dickerson, Jamal, for Baltimore Ravens, I can't remember his last name.
Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, he was Baltimore Ravens, everybody know what I'm talking about.
Well, I'll put his name, Jamal.
Derrick Henry, Barry Sanders. Yeah, I think I've named 6 or 7 people. That's the list. Chris Johnson's on that list. That's the list. Emmitt Smith never made that list. Another favorite running back of ours, Fred Taylor, never made that list. This is a rare fraternity. So the fact he's on that list and he's suffering, he did that to inspire people. Go follow him. He has a link where you can donate. Go do that.
He just got through singing gospel spirituals out there.
I was. It all hit at
I was going to go check on him, but you know, I said, Lord,
it all hit at one time.
If you're going to keep him busy while I'm writing, Lord, do your thing.
But it just makes you think life is too short. What they say?
What is it that you wasn't going to do before this that you thought about? I mean, other than this podcast.
This podcast, I was like, man, I talked about it. I ain't going to do that because, I'm good. And we don't, and
the thing is, people
we build
know
a story.
We build a story in our head. It's funny that you say that you built a story in your head about why you didn't. You always get on me about that. You always, and I had no clue that I just thought he didn't have time.
No, it was time. I make time as an excuse.
Right, because people make time for what's important.
And so,
what they want to do. They make time for not necessarily what's important, but what they want to do.
And so, first y'all, this is the Cleats and Cleavage podcast where I
make football sexy. Now, I ain't sexy right now because I did not. Hold on, there you go.
Yes.
There you go. Woo, woo.
I am not going to make football sexy at all.
You are not. 100%. But he going to make football safe for me.
Right. I'm the security, so you might see security or whatever.
Okay.
So, let's get into football. It's the off season, but there's some shit going on.
It's a lot of shit going on. Where you want to start?
Let's start with the guy from Detroit Lions that got released today.
Terrion Arnold.
Terrion Arnold.
Yes. He was in an Airbnb, and he got robbed of like jewelry, money, bags, designer shit that totaled about $250,000. He calls the police. That's the thing you're supposed to do. You call the police, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Call the police. And instead of waiting for the police, they get these 3 guys, 2 of which Terrion thinks robbed him, and he's not there. They have him via live stream. So he's watching everything going on live stream, allegedly. Okay. Live stream. And directing them, allegedly. This is a big allegedly. Live stream. And he's watching them beat these people up or whatever. And come to find out, those 3 people had nothing to do with it. So now... Allegedly. But now, he is being charged with kidnapping, robbery, armed robbery. And he's like 8 counts of felonies. 8 counts with a possibility of life in jail.
Y'all know that sounds familiar, right?
Yeah.
Go back like 20...
OJ.
It's OJ. This OJ.
OJ minus that's the Terrion situation. And the moral of the story is More money, more problems. This is all about ego.
If you ever look at a small claims court or like Judge Judy and all these other kind of arbitration,
Right?
It's never about the money.
Money.
The principle. When it's about the principle, let me give you some advice. Call the police. Just call the police. Tell them what you think you know.
But I'm like, why even call the police if you think that you?
Once again, we don't know the whole story. It's all
alleged. But yeah, so that
now I'm glad my brother got on bond.
Okay, but
the Lions did release him today.
So that means he could get his ankle monitor, because that's what his lawyer said. He can't get an ankle monitor because he can't play football.
The judge said that he has to go back to Tallahassee where he lives. He has to stay in Tallahassee unless he is going to train, work out with, practice, or play with his team. The Detroit Lions have since cut him, so he's no longer active player. So I don't know if the judge is going to revise his rules. Once again, he can get picked up somewhere. I got a feeling what team might pick him up because we know him for it.
Who, Cowboys?
We know him for it. Because he's a good player. And
I think the Cowboys gonna let that ride out. Because what position is he?
Cornerback. They need. That's a need.
Okay, what's the next story you want to get into? Brandon.
Are you 49ers who've been going on social media going off?
He is bonkers, basically. He doesn't want to be with the 49ers. He wants to be with the Commanders. The Commanders don't want him. The 49ers are not going to cut him because if they cut him, then somebody else can pick him up and they don't want to have to pay out his contract.
I think Brandon overplayed. He played this the wrong way. If you want to go to the Commanders, which is fine, you don't make that public because you put the Commanders in a bad situation. I think Brandon Ayuk didn't play this the right way.
How should he have played it?
Behind the scenes. He was actually an exceptional wide receiver, but then he got a bad injury. And then he didn't work out with the team. He didn't work with the team and stuff like that. I think he has a legitimate argument not to be with the 49ers. I think he should not have made it public. And it might have worked out in his favor, but now he gave 49 the team all the power because they own his rights. And once again, that sounds bad, but that's just the truth. So who else we got to get into? This is all season. Let me see.
Brendan, even though he's not NFL.
Go ahead.
Brendan Sorsby.
Sorsby.
He's quarterback for Indiana, Cincinnati, currently transferred to Texas Tech, got caught up in some gambling, have been found to be gambling up to $90,000 worth of gambling. I think 8 of the bets were on teams that he played for. Now, it was for the win, so it's not like he tried to lose, but still he betted on himself, literally. And so NCAA caught wind of this. He goes to rehab, comes back out. NCAA say, bruh, you ain't playing for no team, bruh. But a judge in Texas said he could.
He could play. So the NCAA said they were going to sue the state of Texas, the Attorney General. I'm sorry, let me say it right. The Big 12, the conference, not the NCAA. The NCAA was trying to appeal the judge's ruling, and that was going to take some time. The Big 12 was suing Texas Tech and the state Attorney General of Texas based on the rules of the integrity of the game and the bylaws of the Big 12.
Okay. So he said, okay. So did y'all know that it was something called a supplemental draft? He signs up. He's the only person who signs up for the supplemental draft. Right. And so nobody wanted him.
It wasn't the teams, the NFL.
Well,
they said they were not going to have supplemental draft.
Right, but behind the scenes, if a team would have been like, yeah, they would have done it. No team wanted him. No team wanted him. And not only did no team want him in the NFL, the CFL said, nah, we good too. So I don't know what Brendan gonna do.
Well, his recourse right now is he will be able to officially enter the 2027 NFL draft. So he gonna have to wait. So that's his punishment.
This
speaks to integrity of the game, right? And this is something that all players know. And I'm gonna tell you, from a person who plays small college football, everybody knows that you cannot gamble on college. You cannot gamble on college sports. You cannot gamble on sports, and particularly for a team that you play on. And officials right now are under attack constantly because people believe officials are paid. Officials are getting paid out there trying to. So this would have been horrible on the teams he played on to play. So I don't think anybody's wrong in this situation.
Okay, well, question: If they feel such a way about gambling, why do they push gambling down everybody's throat? NFL, DraftKings, sports bets, this, that.
ESPN bet.
ESPN, everybody's gambling.
Because you're right. That gambling more than ever now is widespread in sports, and not where it used to be in the
casinos and shit.
In the casinos, or
the bookies.
You can literally go online now. In our state, you technically can't. The conversation to be had. That's probably a show we should have one day. Okay. So what else we got?
You heard the Giants signed Juju.
They ran it back to Odell.
And Odell, they signed it. Yep. But I can, if they sign Odell, I don't care if he catch a ball. I just want to see what he gonna wear in the tunnel, because Odell's fits be fitting.
So stay creative, Cleats and Cleavage. Mm-hmm. So which one will have a bigger impact? Myles Garrett to the Rams or AJ Brown to the Patriots? The best defensive player in the league right now versus arguably one of the best wide receivers in the league.
Defense wins games, so the Rams.
Okay. Got another one for you.
Okay.
Stephon Diggs. He had his court hearing after he's found not guilty. And the NFL, who has a much lower burden of proof, found him not in violation of the personal conduct policy. So he's wide open to sign with anybody with.
He still come with drama. He still do be having drama, but he ain't got none on the books.
He ain't got none on the books. He basically is free and clear.
Yeah.
Who do you expect to sign?
I would say
free and clear. And
Commanders or the Bills.
He was the number one wide receiver for the Patriots last year.
Right.
So, but you do feel confident that he will be signed by somebody.
Yeah, by the time
knowing that no team has to worry about punishment and all that.
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
by the camp. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, for sure.
There's one other story I don't know. So if y'all follow the news, O.J. Simpson, one of the greatest running backs ever to play for the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo's going to a new stadium. Okay. They're taking all the people that was in their Hall of Fame, Buffalo Hall of Fame on their thing, and they're going to honor all the players except for one, O.J. Simpson. And the only thing they said was that they have chosen not to honor O.J. Simpson, who was one of the greatest from football, probably the greatest there's only one running back that may be better than O.J. Simpson was Thurman Thomas. How do you feel about the fact that from a football perspective, they're not going to honor O.J. Simpson?
Because you can't erase, just like y'all aren't erasing what y'all think he did, that he was not found guilty of. He did those things that made him get whatever accolades he got in Buffalo. Now, I get it, optics, but y'all could still do it in a private way.
I think it's a bunch of BS. From a football perspective, because it's, when we talk about it, there's a school of thought from a political perspective. We won't get in there that just says, y'all just need to shut up and dribble. Athletes should just play. If that's the case, then OJ played when he played, and anything that happened after he played has nothing to do with that. So if you keep it about his playing, you just say, and now we're presenting O.J. Simpson, greatest all-time running back, 2,000-yard rusher, into the offense, and then move on to the next player.
Right, they're going to boo whatever.
People going to boo. No, they were going to boo regardless. Or people were going to cheer.
Yeah.
And move on, but you cannot erase the NFL. He's in the Hall of Fame. The NFL's never tried to erase O.J. Simpson. I'm not even going to say all that. But him as a Buffalo Bill, they will never be able to erase the fact that he was one of the greatest running backs they ever had. He's a 2,000-yard rusher with the Buffalo Bills. I think fans have to protest loud enough, and I don't think there's enough.
Yeah, fans.
I don't think the Bills Mafia is going to stand on the O.J. Simpson heel to die on, but I think it's wrong as the Bills organization to only recognize him as O.J. Simpson, the football player at his time with the Buffalo Bills. Because I think it's counterintuitive what everybody says, we just look at him as a football player. Not worried about all that came after, whatever you think of that came after him as a football player.
Because there are other people that done killed people and done shit
in the
NFL who were good at whatever they did. Have they not?
I think that when you look at the other people who have been convicted of heinous crimes, once again, let's acknowledge the fact that O.J. Simpson was found not guilty.
Right.
I'm not giving you an opinion. I'm not giving you what I think. I'm telling you,
facts.
It's fact. Yeah. He was found not guilty. O.J. Simpson served 15 plus years in jail for bullshit. They had nothing, or allegedly had nothing to do with his crimes 20 years earlier. I think it's wrong that they don't honor him from a football perspective.
Yeah. And
just keep it to football and keep it pushing and accept the boos. Yeah. You can say, hey, O.J. Simpson, here's the stats. Okay, now let's move on to the next player whose family and friends are all here. Yeah. All right, anybody else? Bueller.
How do you think them boys gonna do this year?
You know, for a man who pays Jerry a lot of money every year for season tickets.
And make a lot of money off them season tickets too, so don't even...
I am one of those people, 100%. And the person who's paying a lot of money to go see his boys play in Rio de Janeiro.
They better win, child. I'll be cute, though. I'll be cute.
I am cautiously optimistic.
Hey, y'all know what I always say. Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl this year. They going to the Super Bowl.
I am cautiously optimistic.
I am recklessly optimistic. Dallas Cowboys going to the Super Bowl this year. We only gonna lose 2 games, and Dak is gonna throw for.
He's gonna throw for a lot of yards.
How many? So
over 4,000.
I say he's gonna throw for 5,000.
Okay.
And George and CeeDee Lamb combined reception gonna be how much you think?
Over 200.
Over 200.
Yeah, over 200.
Okay, I say over 200.
I think the question was gonna be the defense. I think we've all saw the pieces that they put together. The question is how they're going to perform on the field. It's something from Rio de Janeiro?
Oh, for sure. We're going to get a lot from Rio. We're going to get a lot from the fashion to my fashion to what we packing, what we doing in Rio. Hey, y'all know I'm not just football. I'm lifestyle too. So you're going to get all my niches is going to be touched in Rio. But we're gonna also get a book, football for baddies. I'm gonna put that out there, and we'll get some more stuff. I was going through all my photos, old photos, and I'm putting together some volumes of the archive.
Word on the street is you got a nice cigar line, so we're gonna get some cigar stuff in with
Oh
this.
yeah, we still working on the cigar line though.
Okay.
But yeah, for sure. I'd have to talk to my photographer and just get him back on the schedule he was on when back in the day. But like lately,
We'll do that on the first.
Yes.
On
the first.
All right, so this is the first episode of the Cleats and Cleavage podcast.
Yes, Cleats and Cleavage.
Cleats and Cleavage. Even though there's a lot of no cleats.
Right now, it's no Cleats and Cleavage. So Cleats and Cleavage, and we talk about common sense. Okay, you know the game gets messy, but I'll always keep it sexy. Until the next snap or the next piece of drama, it's Cleats, Cleavage, and common sense. Ta-ta.